Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, or welcome to the channel if you're new. I hope you're having a great start of this weekend, and welcome to a new video here on Ethereum. We're going to do a full update on the current situation. Yesterday, obviously, we had some bad news, which caused the price of Ethereum to drop back down into balance. Now, in general, if you watch my previous video of Ethereum, great talking. Good morning. We already spoke about getting this move potentially, but obviously the only context in which I spoke about that move was a technical context, right? And that was mainly because we broke out with decent volume, but it could have been more. And that we had that very strong resistance level right here with the yearly rolling VWAP, which, by the way, I mean, so far has acted as excellent resistance, which is not great. So what we spoke about yesterday is getting a move potentially into the POC, which is right here at 2550, and then from there getting a bounce back up. But that has been invalidated, right? And ultimately, I mean, news like we had yesterday with the reignited trade war between the US and the EU in this case, news like that always changes the outlook for a coin, right? So I would say after the successful breakout of Thursday for Ethereum, I would say right now we're back in the same range as we were for the majority of last week. And that is the range right here between, well, the support level is a little bit ambiguous, or at least it's an area around 2450 and 2400, basically the area within. And then the main resistance level is right here at 2600. And that is the balance that we are in. And that's also the balance which I expect us to be in. The fundamental uncertainty is still very much there. Bitcoin has found strong support right here around 107,000. That's great, but there's also no confirmed bottom, in my opinion, there. We could certainly drop down lower, both on the lower time frames, but also on the higher time frames. That is a possibility. So yeah, that creates that scenario for Ethereum. And then, you know, we found decent support at the POC right here yesterday afternoon. And holding that POC was the only way in which we could still succeed or still continue with the breakouts we had on Thursday, right? Because sometimes, and that's also where my analysis yesterday came from, sometimes the price pulls back into the range, touches the POC, the point of control, and then jumps back up. But you can see right here that we fell back into range already with bad news, right? So then the probability of bouncing back up from the POC becomes lower. But then you can also see we drop down below the POC, and that's what's happening right now. If you really want to zoom in, what you'd say is that, you know, we've dropped down below the POC, but we're still holding the 7-day rolling VWAP and the 200 EMA. That is true, but are we gaining much support from that? No. All right, so that's the technicals right here of dropping back down into the range and no real strong support from support levels that should theoretically provide quite a lot of support. Makes me say it's most likely we will drop down lower in combination with the fundamental situation. But I think I already spoke about that, the instability. But I do think that we'll hold the range, right? So short term, do I think we'll drop down lower? Yes, but then we get into that level between 2450 and 2400. And look, I mean, if the news is bad, we can spike down quite a bit, right? I mean, there's a major support level, for example, right here. At 2300 and 2250. Can we drop down into that level? Certainly. I mean, that's still within the higher time frame uptrend, so it doesn't invalidate the uptrend, especially also not on the daily time frame right here. And we have a lot of confluences there, and like I said, with instability you can have some major spikes down, right? So ultimately what I expect for now is, you know, a spike like that I do not expect. Do I expect bearish momentum? Yes, but I think ultimately we'll be able to hold support. And we'll also be able to get a new move into that level at 2600, but that might still take some time. We could consolidate down there for some time before getting that move. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. So for now, go enjoy your weekend. You know what you need to expect from Ethereum, and you know the possibilities. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.